Hi girls, this is my recipe for the chai or chai masala. So chai just means by itself tea or black tea. The masala is when you add milk to it. So these are the main ingredients to make your chai masala. The most important, of course, is your black tea. This one is an Indian tea. It's from the brand Wagah Bakri. You'll find it at Indian stores. It's a premium tea. It's really good. And it looks like this. Once it's out of the bag, it's finely ground. If you guys need some of this, you could try it out. Let me know. I'll bring you some. Then the next ingredients are the star anise and your cardamom pods. And you could find these at Albertsons or Stater Brothers. Then you have the whole cinnamon and whole cloves. I usually buy the bigger package at Smart and Final, but that's how they are. They're whole. These are the cloves. And then your last ingredient is your ginger root. You can find this at Costco. Please just ginger root, like that. You're also going to need a pesto or molcajete, just so we could break a little bit your herbs, just so we can release all the antioxidants that our herbs might contain. So a pesto or molcajete works. Either way, it's your choice. So now we'll start with making our tea. And remember, it could be any milk, any substituted milk. It could be almond milk, it could be oat milk, it could be soy milk. I've never done it with those alternative milks, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And then also the other ingredient is sugar. You could use brown sugar, you could use cane sugar, you could use any sugar you want or no sugar. It just depends how you like it. I prefer making it with sugar while it's boiling just to give it a sweetness, but some people like to add it at the end. When your tea's all set, it's just up to you. Okay, I'll start making the tea now. So I already put some water in the pot. It's just a regular pot. It's not that big. I use almost up to those two little knobs here. This will serve like around 4 people, depending on the cup size, but that's how it is. And it's up to there. If it's gonna be for yourself, you could do a little bit less water, but remember it's, I think it's 3 parts water, 2 parts milk, or 1 part milk. But now that I really know, if you want it to be a little liquid, more water, if you want it to be a little bit more, thicker, a little bit more milk, but not in a thick sense where it's just going to be like some kind of thicker broth. It's just going to be in the middle. So it just depends on you. And I'll add the sugar after this. So this will be the sugar that I'm going to add. It's raw cane sugar, turbinado from Trader Joe's. You could also use cane sugar, like I said, or brown sugar. It just depends on you. You could make it sweet as you want. It just depends on you, but I usually put in 3 or 4 spoonfuls, and I add it to the water. Okay, just so. So I added the sugar. Now I'm going to turn on the stove, and now I'm just gonna let it sit here until it boils. Okay. It looks like a lot of sugar, but it's not a lot. Okay. I'll talk to you later when it starts to boil. So I have the cinnamon sticks here now, where I'm going to put it in the molcajete pesto. We could use 1 or 2, it depends on if you like how much you like cinnamon flavor in your tea. And I'm just going to use the pesto and break them in half. You could break them in half with your hands as well. You don't have to use this, but I like to use it just like that. And we're just going to add this to the pan itself. Okay, we could add our cloves here too. So that pan that I had, that was, see how much cloves I'm using? I love cloves, so I use a lot more cloves. But you could use half of this if you want, if it's just for 1 person. But I love these. The cloves are actually really good. I know my family uses it for Thanksgiving inside the turkey. Gives it a good flavor. And I know as far as Mexican recipes, these are, when you have a toothache, you can use cloves too. So I'm gonna add these to that pan that I had simmering, just to give it a nice toast, just to release all those antioxidants and make your tea more flavorful and better for your digestive health. Okay, see you later. So I'm adding the black tea, 1 spoonful of tea here, or you could use 1.5 or 2, but I wouldn't recommend 2 just because this tea is black. But if your tea is not as dark roasted as mine, then one of these will be sufficient. Okay, so I'm just gonna add it like that. Just give it a good mix. I know you might not have these kind of like size spoons, but just in case you do, I think it's equivalent to one of the coffee scoops. See how nice the color is, and you can really smell the aroma of it. I'm gonna add a little bit more, just because I really like it dark. Just depends on you guys. Just give it a good. Now you can just smell those herbs, and when you do, that means it's time to, excuse me, to add it to your tea. See that? And you could, you know, you could touch it and see if they're toasted. And I'll just be adding that in here. So now I got the pan to simmer and the sugar is boiling, and up here is where we add our black tea. Don't forget to just, you know, just let it toast your herbs. So, and don't let them burn, because then it will defeat the purpose. So yeah, that's how it would look now. And just, we're gonna add black tea in here when it's boiling, and then add those herbs. Okay, see you later. Hi again. So now I'm gonna add to the pesto the cardamom pods. So it's supposed to be 10 pods per person. Depends how many people are drinking your tea. So it just depends on you. I'm gonna add a little bit more because a lot more people are gonna drink it. And that's how it is. And then I'll add my star anise. And that's how they look like. They're stars, they're whole. And I think they use this in European bakery bread and also in Latin American bread. So then we get our little anise stuff, and we just crush just so. You know, just so we can have, you know, the antioxidants, and just like this. And then we're gonna add that to the pan to cook it toast, and then add it to our pot of tea. Okay, see you soon. So now our cardamom and our anise is toasting. And then after you add the black tea, I forgot to mention, please simmer it down so it won't boil as much, or else I don't like it. The tea will become a little stronger and have this weird taste. So I just lower it down to a simmer. Then I'm gonna add the cardamom into this. But as you could see, I've got my spoon here. See that? That nice, you can smell it, it smells really good with the cloves and the cinnamon. And you could just give it a good stir too. And then we'll add that in here, like I said. Okay, see you soon. Now we have the most powerful ingredient, which is the organic ginger root. Actually, these are Peruvian, huh? And then, so you're just gonna grab one, and you could just cut like this in half, depends on you. Then, it should look like this. You could use a potato peeler. Then, it depends if you wanna use 2 or 1. I usually use just this one because I think that's enough. And then we're just gonna grab a little mortar here, I guess. That's going to be added to that pot. Okay, so now that I have all my ingredients, I have my cardamom, my anise, I have my cloves in there, my cinnamon, and here's the ginger, you see? So here it is. So this is the ginger right here. Just going to give it a good stir, and then from simmer, I'm just going to put it at the low setting and just let it sit here for about, I say 7 minutes, but I usually gauge it by the way it smells. And then we'll be adding the milk. Okay. All right, so it's time to add the milk, and we'll add it to something like this. And we're gonna pour it all the way up to here. Okay, we're gonna pour that into our pot. This is how our tea looks after I pour in the milk, so just pour it on there. And then I'll go a bit on high, just to give it that flavor with the milk. So remember, don't let it boil too much or overspill. but you'll see that when it's ready because it'll form, you know, the top layer of, it'll have like a top film of milk foam on top. Okay, so you could give it a little stir too with the spoon. Just depends on you, and I'll see you back when it's all done. Okay, hi again. So our tea is almost ready. Our chai masala. See how this has little bubbles and a little bit of foam. Sometimes if you want to leave it longer, it creates a film around. And we're gonna pour this into another pot just to make it easier on ourselves. And don't forget that we need a strainer to strain everything, all the herbs into that, and have our tea free of herbs and drinkable. Remember that don't use fancy pots. You know, semi-old is fine just because it does stain your pot. So just as a fair warning. And yeah, that would be the end of our chai. So if you guys can smell this, it smells really good. So I'll pour that, like I said, into that, strain it, and then you'll enjoy your chai masala. Let me know if you have any questions, ladies. Bye. So this is the end of the final product. See how it's just all smooth and the rest of all the herbs are in that other pot with the strainer. And enjoy your chai. Bye.